Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just got done putting out so much information for you guys. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Apparently I didn't hit the go live button. Oh my gosh. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually, I recorded all of the, what I've been playing here. And I'll actually put out a video on all its, especially on what I just went over on the sector analysis, because the sector analysis I think actually is very insightful for day trading and swing trading. So, and especially for trading this week. Yeah, I do apologize about that, but we'll go ahead and it's 8:48 right now. We'll go ahead, we'll jump into the SPY. But also, like I said, I'll put out a video on the stuff that you guys missed, okay? So here we go, all right? On the SPY, let's go into the hourly time frame chart right now, and let's take a look at this. So on the SPY, you know, as I said before, we got to hold these lows. You got to hold this 735.50 area. You got to hold that low. Preferably, let's hold this trend line right here at 735. I'm sorry, that's 733.50. 733.50, you got to hold that low, but preferably let's hold 735. Let's hold this trend line right here on this hourly time frame chart, right? So let's hold that. That's actually preferable to everything in the SPY. Right now the SPY actually, it has downward trending 50 period moving average, and your 20 period is actually kind of running about sideways. It says it's slightly down on my slope indicator, but look at that downward trend on the 50. That's pushing down on the stock market. See here, it pushed price down here, it pushed price down here. Price tried to come up and over, and it said, no, you get your butt down. It tried to come up here, it pushed price down. When you got this kind of a slope on the 50, it's actually putting downward pressure. It needs to get up over top of this. On top of that, it's actually underneath of the 200 period right here, where you can see actually the 200 acted as dynamic resistance here, dynamic support here, dynamic resistance here, and then dynamic support here. Resistance here, and it's going to be resistance and then the support right here. I think we're actually going to get up over top of this a little bit. I'm kind of seeing sideways consolidation. Maybe we can get over top of this snapback high over here at 739.41. But the SPY has work to do. Honestly, if you really wanted to go long, if you really wanted to get something on the SPY, it'd be preferable to probably go short. But I don't think the SPY is going to go short. I think we're going to wait on earnings for NVDA. We're going to probably be in a chop fest today, guys. So it's probably not a great day to day trade, but we'll see how it goes. Anyhow, your pivot on the 15-minute time frame chart is 735.25, 734.75, and then you have your pre-market high and your pre-market low. Pre-market high is 739.35. Your pre-market low is 734.55. Where are we at right now on the balance range? So here's your balance range right here, and we're trading pretty close to the middle. I would say this is the middle of your balance range right here. So basically 737 is the middle of your balance range, and you're probably going to see a little bit of resistance in that area, because what do you have? You have all the moving averages are actually stacked above there. And so as price actually then begins to move up into this right here, price moves up, it's actually going to see some resistance, you know, right here. So that's what you're looking at. You know, it's choppy. I don't know that there's really a trade on the SPY today. We'll see what happens with it. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what's going on with the extended sectors. But we did not look at that. I'm going to have to look at these one at a time, because yesterday actually it blew up my stream because I am working off a low bandwidth. So USO is actually leading the extended sectors, okay? And then the metals are actually driving the extended sectors down. which is pretty much what we learned from the pre-market report. Sneakily, IGV is actually in there, but also pay attention to this. FXI is in there. And Ray Dalio, once again, yesterday, actually, I told you Ray Dalio actually believes that FXI has room to run. So this is possibly some swing opportunities in these sectors right here. So let's we'll take a look at maybe some of those here in a bit. Let's go ahead and let's go into the next things here. We're looking at the Mag 7. So Google continues to be the leader in the Mag 7 with Microsoft next up. Microsoft's getting some legs. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Let's look at Google. Let's take a look at Google right now. Sorry, Microsoft. Looking at Microsoft right now, Microsoft is challenging the near-term high over there at 426. Yeah, I gotta like that a lot. Look at that. That's a snapback high and a snapback low right in the same area. And it has room to run. Look at this. There's no volume here. So it has room to run. If it gets over top of this high right here, if it gets over top of that high, it can run very easily all the way up to 450. So you're looking at a run from like 429, 430 up to 450 pretty quickly. I kind of like that. This one's definitely going on my list here for a trade today, guys. Look at this range that we're in right here. If it could actually come out of this range, and you really kind of want to see it do maybe one of these kind of numbers, pull up, pull back, and pull up, that's your best entry. But you know what? If this thing just decides to rip, you know, maybe you just, if you want to try to chase it on the rip, put yourself a stop loss under the recent bar low. And if it actually takes you out, it takes you out. Okay, so, you know, basically takes you out for a little bit of pennies or something like that. But then if it rips, you actually get in on the rip. So that's one way to play that. But that's a bull flag, guys. That's a bull flag that it's putting in right there. Very nice bull flag. Look at that. Here's your pull. And there's your flag. Very nice bull flag. Hold the bottom of that bull flag, and let's see you come up and out of that. Test the top of that pre-market high, right? Test the top of this pre-market high. Let's see one of these kind of numbers. Or another thing you can look for is what I call a 2-bar pullback. Let me show you a 2-bar pullback. They have one right here. All right, so if it rips up and it really doesn't even pull all the way back, it just gives you like a little tiny 2-bar pullback, you could actually buy in right there. All right, so let me show you that. This is what I call a 2-bar pullback right here. All right, and it's actually more than 2 bars. It's actually 3 bars. I just call it a 2-bar pullback because all I'm meaning is that it's a very shallow pullback because the impulse is so strong. See this impulse? Very strong impulse that you got a little tiny pullback. And once you get over top of those bars and you get over top of this, look what happens. Strength, right? So you got that pullback, you got this pullback, and boom, once you get over top, that's strength. So you could actually buy on the breakout of that 2-bar pullback. Why? Because this impulse move was so strong that it's not done with yet. It's probably only half of the impulse move. So you got half of that move in the morning markup, and now here's the other half of the move, insinuating we're probably going to end up seeing a little bit of a pullback right around the 430 mark. So probably wouldn't be surprised to see it pull back into this range, maybe tag up on the 20 period moving average, and then decide to rip higher. Now this thing's already moving in the pre-market, so be careful about chasing on this, okay? Let's see how we're looking so far. Okay, it looks like I am streaming now, okay, so I'm happy about that. Probably lost a lot of viewers on because I was actually streaming without streaming. So I do apologize. It's been rough because I changed locations and changed a lot of things. So I'll get it together. I'm very sorry. We have a snapback high over here on Google. We got a snapback low. So the Google is right in between 2 snapbacks. You know what that's saying? It's between it's between a buyer and a seller. The war is on for Google right now, right? So the war is on for Google. And what we're looking at right now is basically, you know, you're looking at this snapback here at 402. 403, let's just call it 403, and they got this snapback over here, which is at, let's call it 399. So between 399 and 403, somebody's got to win that. We got a big bear, got a big bear right here, big bear right here. We got a big bull right here. So somebody's got to win this battle. You do have a little bit of a shakeout trades right through here, so we could get down into the 398 range. you also got the 200 period moving average. It's a lot of sideways action. You do have overhead overhead right through here, so that's actually going to help knock it down. So that actually helps the bear a little bit, and you also have a little bit of a bear flag on this. So even though all right, so this is up in the pre-market, right? But something that I've been trying to teach people is that context actually trumps setup, right? Setup right now, when you're looking at my dashboard, says, hey, this has room to run, man. It's going to run. It's up 0.9%. Everybody's excited about Google. Google looks like it's going to run. Technicals actually say, well, hold on a second here. That's a little bit of a bear flag. And then on top of that, you also have overhead resistance right through here, and then you also have a snapback. So that's what the technicals are telling you. And so even though this context over here, I got all kinds of crazy drawings over here. This context over here in the dashboard says, hey, this might look like it's getting ready to go higher. This over here says, well, don't be so quick. Possibly it's going to actually do one of these kind of numbers. And it's probably just going to chop. And I think that's really the name of the game today, is the chop action. So what else are we looking at over here on the dashboards? The high volume leaders, play looks like there's something you could actually possibly look at day trading. ServiceNow is still up 5%, up in almost every time frame. Play is up. ONDS, that's been a winner for a long time. It's up. It's down on the week at 9%. Microsoft is actually up slightly on the week. It's up on the day. So Microsoft is really one that I'm very interested in looking at today. Apple's a high volume leader, but it's really just kind of flat. And then Plug, Plug's been kind of on the list. NVIDIA's on the list. It's always on the list, but NVIDIA's really kind of flat. Plug is down 1.45%, and Plug has that 25% short interest. So if this market actually decides to continue to be bearish, these stocks are actually just going to continue to. It's really a fade the rip kind of thing, right? It's actually sell the rip kind of market right now for this week. It doesn't mean that the market's bearish. The market's still bullish, very bullish right now. Pre-market gap ups. Your gap ups actually are very small compared to your gap downs, I think. You got play over here. Let's take a look at play really quick. So looking at play is in a bear flag on a longer time frame chart. We look at this right away. You see that bear flag. There's your bear flag. Play also went right up into this. Had a beautiful move this morning. I don't know if it reported earnings. I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with play, but it's actually put in a very long wick here on that hourly time frame chart. So it's trying to actually recover off of this swing low, this pivot right here, which is $13. So it needs to hold that $13. You can see there's a buyer there at the $13 mark. It holds the $13 mark, then maybe it's got some room to run on the upside. And you can see over here that it actually is, right now, it's actually seeing that $13 is actually its previous high. See that? Look at that. It's your previous high right there. And that's exactly where it's at. It needs to get up and over that and hold that. It's in a triangle consolidation right now in the 15-minute time frame chart. So let's see what it's going to do. All right. Let's go over here to the gap downs. And we want to sort the gap downs descending. So T, CoreWeave is down, INOQ, NVIDS, SanDisk is down, Irene's down. Irene's been down for the longest time. I've been very interested in Irene. USAR, boy, USAR really took a big hit yesterday, huh? USAR is down for the week 5%, 12%. USAR putting in a bear flag. And if it loses this bear flag right here, this 20 range, it's insinuating, it's basically between, so another 4 move. It's insinuating probably I'll move all the way down into this right here. So you're coming down into this area right here. If any of you guys are long on USAR, and then you're looking at about $17 on the USAR coming down into that area. So wouldn't be surprised to see that. I think a lot of retail traders are long USAR. and therefore the market likes to actually shake those people out. So taking a look at the Jumbotron, Microsoft is leading the way now on the Jumbotron, and Google's actually given up the lead to Microsoft. And NVDA is actually on the downward side of the Jumbotron, and AMD is also pulling the market down. So AMD, a market winner, instead of being the American money dollar maker, it's turning back into the American money destroyer. But you know what? It actually had a great move. Let's take a look at AMD. AMD is actually, yeah, look at this. Okay, let's go ahead and draw that in. I see a trend line very easily right here. There's your trend line on the hourly time frame chart. So basically, and I'll draw that in a little clearer for you like this. Basically, it's putting in this kind of triangle consolidation. And so it's a descending triangle, but it's coming into this 20-period moving average when you're looking at it right here. The 20-period moving average on the 24-hour time frame chart. So that's offering support. And then also when you look at it, this trend line, it's actually coming right into that trend line. I'm going to actually draw that trend line back in now. So take a look at this. We'll do this. We'll actually just extend it. Extend it to the right. Watch this. So it's coming right up into that. So I would expect to see around the 404 level. So $400, 404. Look for a reaction on AMD. So a lot of people have been wanting to get in on AMD. Is it time to get in there? You want to see it hold this trend line. You can see that trend line is actually held every time. But then there would be nothing wrong with it coming back into the 355, 360 area and retesting this breakout on these highs, because that's what the stock market actually does like to do. It is 9:04, guys. That's it for the pre-market report. I apologize for people when I was streaming and I wasn't streaming. I will, like I said, watch for a video coming out today. Talk